And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people.
Namaskar, Ashok Vyas, and yes, things are, especially coming from India, COVID situation, prayers also help, and someone who has been active with community on several fronts, Koshy Thomas, while he is in the race, but he felt that it is important to have prayer, interfaith prayer, and send positive message for the well-being of one and all. So, Koshy, I appreciate this thought, and talk to me how this idea came.
You know, humanly there is only very little possible. Godly, there are so many miracles could happen. So we were thinking about, we did every, humanly possible, we did a lot of things. But now, we have to, the only solution or solution we feel now is pray to God, and with His blessings, I think, and we all think, miracles should happen. In America, we actually did all that, and thank God we have brought this into control, and people are getting better, nation is getting better. Now if you see worldwide, the rest of the countries, they are suffering. This is human, okay? Now we can be here, we can be in any country, but we all are human, under one God. And American belief is like under one nation. So with this, now we are very much concerned about India, because Indians from India, most of us are here, our friends, our relatives, our blood. We have a lot of people we are concerned, and we have to do whatever we can. The best we can do is pray for them. Let God do the miracle. Thank you.
I am joined by Muhammad Waliullah Saab from Hillside Islamic Center, and as we have gathered here for interfaith prayer for the well-being of everyone, what are your thoughts and how you feel about divine intervention in helping human heal?
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk about the human rights and also about the God and religion. I'm telling you from the aspect of Islam, we always pray for each and everyone to live the way God likes. Especially in the time of pandemic, COVID-19, we suffer in every level, every nation. So we ask our God to help us and support us and guide us and remove the calamity from us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hemant Shahji is a very active member of the community on several fronts. He has been instrumental in organizing important events as well as has worked closely with Jain Center. And as coming from Jain Faith, talk to me about your thoughts on the way our prayers may help in improving situation collectively, especially when we look at India. Looks like there is a sense of deep helplessness.
The spiritual power is divine, and definitely it helps. And the faith in the spiritual power makes a lot of difference. It enhances your confidence, it reduces the negativity, and it definitely helps. So when human efforts fail, divine efforts prevail. Very important. And today, the organizing, Mr. Koshy Thomas, I thank you for organizing this event, because it definitely brings everyone together under one roof. And whatever we can do in a human way, we should do for our people. And that's what I'm saying. I'm just praying to God that this comes to an end soon, and lives are saved. Thank you very much.
while we look up to beginning of any event, Lord Ganesha is invoked, and an important Ganesh festival that takes place in New York. Founder chairman for that festival, Suhag Mehta ji is with me. So he is the remover of obstacles. Talk to me how you connect to the presence of Lord Ganapati at this hour when the world is passing through a challenging period, and India is also facing second wave of this COVID-19 calamity.
First of all, good morning everybody, and thank you Thomasji inviting me. And somehow I am very blessed. Ganesha is giving me this opportunity and serve his duty in New York. And I am doing last 4 years like a big Ganesh Utsav here. So I have a blessing, and I pass my positive blessing to this COVID-19 to each and every one. So, and every time when we have any kind of event, we pray for everybody who are suffering or who are died, and so we are praying for them. And I hope Kuwait is going to be run away from this war, and we are again go back to our main position, and then we start big event, and we can just meet everybody person to person. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Ganesh, and I bless to the Koshy ji. Thank you very much to inviting me, and thank you Ashok ji. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Amir Rashid serves as the executive director with New York City Police Department, Safety and Health. We all are concerned about health, and it's a collective prayer with sending positive waves. Having been in the field of policing as well as connected to the health concerns, your thoughts, how do you see we overcoming this challenge?
Mr. Vyas, thanks for inviting me over here. And as you know, what New York City went through last year at this time, and it was like every minute somebody was dying. And thank God New York City Police Department took that challenge for people of New York and for our own people. And we just followed the signs, even though we weren't getting that much support from White House. I won't get into it, you know what I meant by that. But definitely as a scientist, as a medical community, we all took the challenge, and we all followed the recommendations of our experts, and thank God everything, as you know, came into control. So
thank you. And looking at the interfaith prayer and coming with a science background, how do you think about the efficacy of collective positive thought generated to assuage those who are suffering, and especially as we focus on the situation in India, your thoughts on the connectivity of this positive thought current?
thanks for very good question. You know, if science doesn't work, then Almighty will help. So we should bring all the forces together, and thanks to Mr. Koshy for organizing this interfaith prayer. So we are not taking any chance. So we are including all the religions, and all the religions tells you the same thing: live in peace and ask the Almighty to bring us out, bring us all out of this pandemic.
Thank you very much, Anand. So Mercy, your name is very important, and people say, Lord have mercy. And especially we need some special healing force to help set things right. So your thoughts on important role that prayer plays in helping overcome such challenges?
Thank you for that question. I think one thing that brings us all together, especially in time of this is trauma, distress, grief, is prayer. You know, I don't know everyone's faith, ways of faith or path of faith, but we all believe that there is a power that is in control. And so at this time, I don't know about you, but over the last year, I've felt out of control. You know, as we just keep seeing, like the person who before me said, you know, every minute someone was passing away. And so as we see this surge coming back into other countries such as India, you know, we have to turn and come together as one people, oneness, no matter what our faith, our choice of faith, and who the way we choose to honor God, we have to do it together. You know, I'm a Christian, and I believe in the power of prayer. Prayer is real. I've prayed it in my own life, and as we continue to come together, you know, a lot of times people do feel out of control, but that's because we have to come together as a collective. I think that prayer is one of the most powerful things that we can do as a community, and it brings unity, but it also brings attention, because, you know, in my scriptural text, the Lord hears our cries, right? And so I believe that prayer is just a conversation. And so at this point, I know for me, I've really learned to have a conversation with God this year, because it's overwhelming what we're seeing. And as we see what's happening in India, it's hard to even look at sometimes. And all we can really do is pray. And like the man that went ahead of me said, that, you know, when science can only take us so far. I believe in science, and I look at science as humans' way of explaining God's will for things. It's one of the ways that we understand God's will, but there comes to a point where our human brains can only understand so much. And so I just really believe that when we come together in prayer, not only does God hear our cries, but also we as a people, we become connected. We become connected through those prayers in our spirits.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Meenakshi Patel, and I am Women's Association from New York, Savio, and I also give my services to Ganesh. Ganesh has given me a blessing, and I am one of the one of the special devotee God has given me. Today's event, I am thankful to Mr. Koshy ji. He has arranged very good event for the humanity services, and we all have to pray heartfully that all soul energy is one. Body is different, but with the soul energy, everybody has to pray for each other, from our own personal life to worldwide prayer. And prayer is the best solution. When our efforts goes wrong, Almighty efforts is there for us, and everybody just have to understand this thing. Everybody's faith is different, but I believe it, and I have some experiences, miracles in my life with the prayer. And you always get upgrade soul when you pray, and we all have to pray for today's calamities, that they should finish, and we can all live our scheduled life peacefully and harmless. So I appreciate. Thank you so much.
It's a blessed day, and it's really an auspicious day. We have the community leaders who are doing so much of outreach programs for the community for so long. And among all the leading personalities, community leaders, we are very fortunate to have our own leader who is recognized by a lot of our friends, a leading personality who has served this community for almost 40 years. And even today, he's continuing his mission, helping a lot of people. And he's helping the community, but most of all, in this situation, Oraji is helping me. I have to really recognize that, and I have to really thank him. And I'm very honored by his presence here. And when four of us join together, the God's presence will be there. That's the universal mantra. So we all are here amongst us. We have a leader of the community, recognized leader of the community, Mr. Ashok Vora. Let's hear from him, and let's get his blessing.
Koshy, thank you for a good introduction, and I gave him $50 before, so that's why he says. No, it's a pleasure to have you all here, and I'm also fortunate to join this prayer. Of course, indeed, this is the time we need to pray for all, for your family, plus community, plus country, even worldwide. And I think that is a magic prayer is the answer to our peace and welfare. We here together with all other religions, and we want to pray in our own religion that we all with you, people who are suffering in India or even America or worldwide. And we wish them best of the health and best well-being. Thank you. All the best, Koshy.
Our leading personality in the media. He doesn't need any introduction. Can I continue?
One sec, sir. Can you come to in the center so it will be good? Yeah, this is the right place. Okay. Action.
We are here to send a peace message to all the people who are really suffering. We went through this, and rest of the world is suffering now. Now, Interfaith prayer meet, we have invited all the leading personalities in our community and around us. Among them, we are fortunate to have one more personality, a leading personality, especially in the media, who has served this community for almost 40 years. And he is here not only as a media personality, he is an expert in the theological practice also. So with that, I would invite Mr. Ashok Vyas, who has been here, and he is going to do the prayer and message, peace message, according to the Hindu belief and outreach to the community. Mr. Ashok Vyas, please.
Vakratund Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. In the Hindu or Sanatan tradition, every auspicious beginning takes place by invoking the presence of Lord Ganapati, and some of the Sanskrit chant which you just heard also involves invoking that power which is remover of all obstacles. Hinduism has such a vast reservoir of knowledge, and interestingly, unlike other faiths, the word Hindu is not found in any of the scriptures. And unlike other faiths, it is not one book. It flows from Vedas to Upanishads to Puranas. But very briefly, I would connect with you with sincere prayers for the whole world. And especially as Koshy ji has invited everyone with focus on overturning the situation in India, there is one mantra which is related to prayer for fullness, and it is also chanted as a healing mantra at times. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityo Mukshiya Mamratata. The essence of this mantra also relates to leading a purposeful life to its fruition before stopping this journey of life. And that fruition also involves a sense of harmony, inner harmony as well as external harmony. And I would conclude by thanking as well as chanting this prayer, which is referring to peace in the space, in the waters, on the earth, in the heart of every human being. Om Dev Shanti Antarikshagum Shanti Prithvihi Shanti Rapah Shanti Raushadhayah Shantir Vanaspatayah Shantir Vishwe Devaha Shantir Brahma Shanti Sarvagum Sama Shantiri Om Shanti Shanti Sarvarishtasu Shantirabhavatu. Thank you.
Now may I invite one of the leading personality in our community, Mr. George Abraham. He has been in the community service for almost 50 plus years. From India to America to United Nations. And we are very fortunate to have him here in joining in this interfaith prayer and peace message. Let's welcome Mr. George Abraham. Please come.
As you know, India is going through such a tough time in terms of handling this resurgence of COVID. People are truly suffering and they are gasping for air. And the facilities are truly overwhelmed by the demand. And the rural areas, the proper help is not even being reached. So it is our responsibility also as global citizens and also people who are connected with India through an ancestry and being in our motherland. We not only have the obligation and responsibility to do something for the country, but also to pray. I'm glad to see that Koshy has convened this time really for us to come together and pray. This pandemic has overwhelmed India. And what we need is a divine intervention. Only God could truly help us to overcome this situation. So I join all of you in exhorting every one of you not only do our very best in helping our motherland, but also to engage in prayer fervently so that our country can be healed. And our Reverend John Thomas Achin is here. Please come, Achin. Take a seat here. And as far as the campaign is concerned, I just want to say a few more words. Koshy Thomas has committed himself to run for this particular office. And it is really not an easy decision. Many of us will not easily throw our hat into this ring, because it takes quite a lot of effort, resources, and number of volunteers in order to accomplish the job. And I congratulate him because he really has shown that willingness to come forward and to serve the community. I think we should also pray for him, along with helping him, so that he could really do his very best, because he's a man who has committed himself to the service of this community, and he has proven himself to be a very loyal and hard-working individual who is truly dedicated to help our community. So let us also uphold him, not only in our prayer, but also come forward in helping him to win this district so that he can be an effective councilman in New York City on behalf of all of us. Thank you very much.
Every minute we get is a gift from God, even every second. So I always remember this and I say this. In when we go to bed, especially in this pandemic situation, we don't know whether we're going to wake up in the morning. So we are actually going through a real tough time. Now, for the humanity to flourish, for the humanity to succeed in this pandemic situation, humanity to beat this COVID-19 viruses, we have come together. It's a universal concern. We went through, in America, we went through a real tough time, but now the rest of the world is having. So America has its own history saying when there is a problem anywhere in any part of the world, the government as such or people or leaders, they outreach and they do whatever they can. Now we are actually a smaller group. The best we can do is pray. So keeping that into as our main concept and our main thought, we are here together with an interfaith prayer meeting. We have our respected Imam, Muhammad Ullah,
from Hillside Islamic Center.
From Hillside Islamic Center. We have our Reverend John Thomas from Jackson Heights St. Mary's Church. We have our dearest friend for the community for the past 50 years, Mr. Ashok Ola. We have our dearest friend, Mr. George Abraham, who has been in the community from India to America to United Nations, and he's still continuing. And also we have Ms. Shuhat Mehta and her friends, and Mr. Amir. So all of you are community leaders playing the vital part, what is necessary as need of the hour. So without any further delay, let's start the interfaith prayer, because according to Christianity, the Lord Jesus Christ said, when four of you, a minimum of four of you, gather together, I am with you amidst with you. Like that, every religion say the same, philosophy or the godly words or the blessings. Every religion, keeping that in mind, we're going to pray, of course in different faith, but the communication and the output is one. We are, as a human we are one, as a world we are one, and we are praying and trying to convey the peace message from America to any part of the world, including America and especially to India, which is going through a real crisis. We all have personal connection, and I have my brothers and their family. Like that, I have all my own friends. Some of them passed away, some of them struggling. Every day they are going through this stress. They don't know what's going to happen the next minute. So that serious is the things happening. Keeping that in our mind, let's start the prayer one by one. And first, let me request Reverend respected Muhammad Imam Waliullah, the Imam from Hillside Islamic Center. Thank you. Let's pray with her. Thank you. And I'm going to have the candle here, and then we all can light up the candle, and then we can assemble to the front. This candle?
Do you want to hold it? So you want to hold it?
Yeah, no problem. peace be upon you, respected brothers and sisters. I will start supplication, dua, through the message of the God, Allah, and His Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Peace be upon him. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. صدق الله العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord of the world, He says in the Holy Quran, O mankind, we created you from a single pair of male and female and made you into nations and tribes that you may know each other. Verily, the most honorable of you in the sight of God, the most righteous of you, and God has full knowledge. And the messenger of God, Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, believers are like one body in their mutual life, love and mercy. If any part of the body is not well, then whole body share the sleeplessness and fever with it. I am going to recite the dua, the universal one. So please, you, in the end of the supplication, you should say Amen. In the name of God, the most kind, the most merciful, dear Lord of the universe, we thank you for time and opportunity. Dear Lord of the universe, we thank you for time and opportunity, peace and stability. We have mountains of blessings showered upon us. For the smallest breath we take to the biggest step we make, we acknowledge your mercy and compassion and request to you, O Creator of the universe. We are weak and we are full of shortcomings. Without you, our dreams cannot be fulfilled. Without you, our paths are clouded. Without you, our lives are incomplete. Gathered amongst us today are people with diverse cultures, with languages and ways of life unique and limitless. O compassionate one, guide us and inspire us, allow us to understand and recognize one another as the people of this earth, united under your banner. O our Lord, guide our leaders, give them strength so that they lead, support, help our nation. O Lord, save us, save our families, save our relatives, save our neighbors, save our country. O God, save the entire world from COVID-19. May God accept our congregation today and be pleased with our efforts and acknowledging one another. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ji. When he read that message, we can see the expression, what he feels. We all are going through this. We are standing here with heavy-heartedness. We are fortunate. Thank God, we have almost everything. But certain part of the world, people don't have even water to drink. People don't have air to breathe. People are losing their life, even without a bed to lie down, a space to stand, with this horrible, unseen killer. We all can imagine what's going on. We all know this. So, like I said, we can only pray Now the prayer, like we said before, when all of us come together, it becomes a mighty power. It can create a miracle. And with different religion and belief and different way of mantras and chants, it brings peace and strength for people suffering. Keeping that in mind, let me invite our good friend, Mrs. Ora. They practice Jainism, and we want to hear and be part of that Jainism way of prayer. Let me invite Mrs. Ora. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now let's hear from Mrs. Ora. Thank you. The prayer.
Namaste. Mr. Jain mantra. Om Namo Variyantanam. Om Namo Siddhanam. Om Namo Ayariyanam. Om Namo Vachayanam. Namo Loe Savasamunam. Eso Panchanamo Karo Sarva Pava Panasano Mangalanam Cha Savesim Padamam Have Mangalam Padamam Have Mangalam.
It's really an honor to have Reverend John Thomas among us. He is a real community person, even though he is more into theological, but whenever anybody needs anything, he will be the first person to be there. He has lived in India, he has lived in Middle East, he has lived here for almost 25 years now. And once in a while or during his vacation, he has made a point to go. On every vacation, he goes to different part of the world. He goes to that particular neighborhood, especially he finds out which area or which part of the world has problem. And he goes there, studies that, and join with them and pray with them together to ease their problems. And he prays with them to give them more strength by praying to God, bringing in the miracle. So let's join with him. He's going to pray and give us a peace message that is going to strengthen us, plus anybody, all the sufferers in the world, especially people in India. Thank you so much.
Yesterday I called him and told that, but at the same time he told our people are working for us.
Yes.
And I was so happy to see so many faces here from different cultures and from different religions, and it is our duty to work in the grassroots level to find out each and every person or communicate with each and every person and talk about this one. It is very difficult to bring out our people for voting. It is our duty to bring each and everyone for voting. In that case, we don't have to be afraid for anything. And as Mr. Abraham told, it is a challenge. Koshy has stood for this position. Wish him all the success. Let us pray. The mighty and omnipotent God, the one who leads from generation to generation, we thank you for this beautiful day. You don't like to see any country or community suffer on account of injustice. We thank you for the unity of this country, especially the state of New York, in diversity. With your providence, we are placed in the midst of this state. Grant that there may be cooperation among various political leaders, among various religious and various communities. May peace-loving leaders rise up everywhere. We place Mr. Koshy Thomas as one of the leaders. Strengthen those who work for him. Make all lovers of peace, O Lord, all creatures obey you. Have mercy on the human beings perish or suffer due to Corona-19 virus. Give us the faith that whatever happens to us in this world, we will be comforted and blessed us by your mighty hand. O Lord, grant that we may submit ourselves entirely to your will and glorify you. We ask in the name of our Lord Almighty. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Reverend John Thomas. Now what we'll do is, we all will come forward, we'll have the candlelight, and we're going to pray together.
Because today is Saturday.
Yes.
So it's a Hanumanji say for everybody.
Yes.
Hanumanji prayer.
Yeah.
Manojamam Marukatulyavedam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Vadishtam Vatarmajam Vanarayuktamukyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prabhati Shri Ramadutam Sharanam
So, Ashokji, you want to lead a
No,
prayer?
I was feeling a little bit uneasy, so I cannot. So close that.
Okay, thank you.
Can you have the candle? Anybody else want to say group song? I mean, a group prayer?
Yeah, everybody knows that.
You want to tell me now?
Yeah, after this. Yeah, after.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्
Thank you. Another order you want to say? So now we'll hear from Sachin. Reverend John Thomas Sachin will do a benediction. Prayer. Yeah. Yeah. Punyachan will do a prayer. Prayer and benediction by Reverend John Thomas Sachin.
Thank you, Lord, for all your blessings. Gathered us together here. Once again, we thank you for your blessings and mercies. Be with us throughout our life. We ask in the name of our Lord Almighty. May the blessings of the Lord Almighty be with us all, now and always, forever and ever.
Amen. Amen. Now the interfaith prayer and vigil, candlelight vigil is over. I would like Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. And you all know the campaign effort we are going through and the campaign outreach we are trying to do. May I request Mr. V.M. Chakul to come forward? We need you here. Yeah. So, I have to give a brief history about this election process and candidacy and what could be the outcome. I am in this district for 27 years. I have been active with a lot of candidates who got elected and a lot of candidates who did not get elected. But my presence was there along with other volunteers who were the staunch supporters of Democratic Party. as an ordinary person, as just a member of Democratic Party, I have done some, I wouldn't say most, I have done some of the outreach programs, including the campaigning for all the different candidates. And when we had the pandemic, the PPP distribution along with the candidates and the elected officials. And then when this District 23, the current Honorable Council Member, Honorable Barry Grudenchik, announced his retirement, I was just watching, what's going on, and I saw a couple of other friends who came forward to put their candidacy. They want to become a candidate, and so at that time, a couple of suggestions came from our friends. If they can put their names up front to become the candidate or to become the council member, why not you? You are more qualified. You have been in this community, in this district for 27 years. Compared to them, you have done more. So come forward. I was thinking, and then I spoke to a lot of my friends, and they said, you should go forward. And with that, what I can say, the motivation, I recollect the words from Mr. Kripal Singh. Me and him used to meet at least twice a month. Me and Ms. Shuhad Mehta, we used to meet at least twice a month. And of course, Mr. Chako, Mr. George Abraham, and our honorable, respected, lovable priest, Reverend John Thomas. And of course, now recently I'm very closely acquainted and working with our honorable friend, Mr. Ashok Vora. With all this enthusiasm and suggestion and the strength coming up, we are gaining a big momentum. When we started, it was really slow. We were doing all the basic. Right now, if you look at our presence, Koshy Thomas' name is all over. The flyers and the posters are, at least 75% of the area is covered. More flyers, more banners, all coming up. And at the right time, at the right spot, a lot of leaders endorsed me. Senator Kevin Thomas openly endorsed me. Dr. Annie Paul, the Rockland County Legislature Majority Leader, Annie Paul, she endorsed me, which doesn't happen usually in a primary election. Some other candidates are endorsed, but these two endorsements, what I have got, they are very, present locally. And along with that, I have spent and I have close connection. I still have close connection with almost all elected officials here, including Mr. David Weprin, including Mr. Barry Grudenchik, including what I can say, the current mayoral candidate Eric Adams, the current borough president Donovan Richards, like that. We have a lot of friends I have worked with. They have not endorsed me, but I've been with them. That is actually, gaining or getting me some experience. Now, in this campaign, this place is offered by our Honorable Mr. Ashok Vora without any rent. Without any rent. So, when somebody comes forward, the support comes with that, makes a big difference, makes a big impact. We are right now at the prime spot of the district. There's no better location than 260 and Hillside Avenue if you go to any other part of the district. So I'm fortunate to get endorsement support from a lot of leaders, and as we are picking up, we have got a campaign consultant and a campaign manager, Ms. Mercedes Buchanan. She has been active in the election process with a lot of elected officials. With her expertise, we're going to be present in social media and press meet and so many other things. Anytime she is actually looking at me, she's typing in my schedule. She's passionate to keep it very simple. Now, the next phase, what we are going to do here is we have yard signs. We have almost 1,700 yard signs coming up. I request each and every one of you to talk to your friends in the Queens neighborhood, especially in District 23. And if you can text me your friend's address, name, number and address. I have friends who have volunteered to put the yard signs. We're going to be present, because presence and when people see you, your name, they remember. That's human nature. So we are getting there, and then we're going to have more flyers, and then we're going to go around the street. We're going to meet almost all voters personally, and we have a very good winning strategy. There are certain things we are doing, and a lot of senior leaders talking to me. We are doing a very, what I can say, analytical strategy, which will definitely give us a thumbs up. So with that, let me not prolong. I'll come back with any questions. Now, I would request these leaders here to share their views, and most of them know me very personally, and I want their suggestions and their blessings. Now, when I decided to run, when I decided to put my candidacy, the first person I spoke to was Mr. V.M. Chacko and Mr. Raju Abraham, who actually reviewed everything, and they said, yes, let's do it. And along with that, I spoke to almost all of these leaders here. So it's always a positive message. Nobody said no. So far, I have not got any negative. Okay. Now, one more thing I want to say is, when all the other candidates came out, when they put their name out, I voluntarily spoke to them and I said, instead of dividing the community, let's unite. Let's come together. Let's put a lucky draw, put my name also among the 4, and let's take one among us, which will give more chance of winning. Nobody wanted to listen, and they are trying whatever based on their agenda. But if you look at it, as of now, we have gained a lot of momentum. We're going to catch up, and with their support and blessing, we're going to do better. So let's start with Mr. V.M. Chacko, who knows the in and out of what's happening every day. As an update, he's going to say a few words, and we'll catch up from there. Thank you.
Explained everything from A to Z. Kavalji just came. Kavalji is going to say just a few words.
Well, I'm here to wish Mr. Koshy the best of luck. And we have been trying to work to see what we can do for our friend. And he's been a very near and dear colleague in the Floral Park Belrose Indian Merchants Association, and that is where our relationship started. And all I can say at this time is
that yes, you are doing very well, and hope that you keep the momentum. In my experience, what I have found is that when you have a candidate who is not of your community, and we have seen those people win these elections, the most important place where they put in the word is the synagogues. That is where they talk among themselves to which candidate they have to cast a vote. And to our surprise, we have seen some of the leading candidates that supposedly, that looked to us, they were leading at that time. They certainly turn out to be in the third or the fourth position. And this is what I found out from all these years, that we have to be very, very careful. We can't let the momentum down. It should go on, and as much as we can, we should try to find a place for him. That is what I can suggest, and I hope that everything should be okay for you. So my best luck and wishes are with you. Thank you.
Next, let me request Mrs. Shuhat Mehta. She has been a community person. She's an entertainer. She knows everybody, almost everybody in the community, and she brings the leading personalities from India, and she keeps us all in a very lively, entertaining world to make our life easy. So let's hear from Mrs. Shuhat Mehta. She is actually the #1 founder, president, and organizer for Lord Ganesh Mandir and Lord Ganesh Festival every year in this area.
First of all, congratulations and also good luck for your this campaigning. And I know you last so many years, almost maybe 5 to 7 years. And also, I know from our India Day parade when we start in Flavour Park, and we every time we meeting in a Flavour Park parade meeting, and that way I know you. And I always support most of the all organization and in any our community work. So definitely I'm with you, and whatever you need, whatever my help you need, I'm ready to help you. And as usual, good luck, and thank you very much, Koshy ji. Thank you.
My name is Ethan Samuel. My friends all call me Saji. This is the first time I'm talking in front of a public meeting, in front of these Dronacharyas. I call myself as a small potato. I don't know you can record it or not, because I wanted to say something spontaneously from my mind. I am not a well prepared person. I am not a great speaker like John Thomas Sachin. Every Sunday you speak great values.
Can you face this way so
okay, sorry. Thank you. I really appreciate that. This is the first time they have a lot of negative points. I would like to, first of all, congratulate you and wish you all the best. Thomas, Koshy or Thomas, all the best. In my mind, I have a lot of things in my mind to say that one. Why I came to say here, there are a lot of friends. I think Philip Madam asked me to support Koshy Thomas, and Christopher sent me the message, invited me. That's why I came here. I was sitting in the back. But the previous speakers said Koshy takes a challenge. I was thinking, he is looking his name, Koshy or Thomas. Koshy or Thomas His revivals say, this is all my point of view. Not when we support, you may join or you may disagree. Koshy, somebody say Koshy, is revivals. Is maybe after June or after November, he said, "Oh, Thomas." O is in Hindi or Malayalam or English. O means it's shocking. Let it be shocking words. And and Thomas is a great word. Many my friends told, "Oh, your name is Thomas," is a doubting Thomas. but one of the previous speakers said, "You take the challenge." I don't agree that when Thomas is a doubting, you should be a challenging. Let Koshy, he's a challenging Thomas. That's what I wanted to say that. Let me tell you who am I. Once upon a time, there was a Thomas came to India, to Madras, and he died there. That's what I am here. And I learned a lot. I don't know when you want me to stop, I will stop it. This is the first time I'm talking. I don't know how to speak. First, I learned this COVID time, I learned a lot of books about Hindu theology, Jain theology, and Muslim book. I was reading a Christian theology. Jesus once said in the Bible, Achan is here, I don't know, he can correct me. God is with you, your body is your temple. But before the COVID, many people told me, forget about your earthly body, let's go to heaven, let's forget about the body. When COVID comes, everybody is scared about the body. And your God is within you. That's why Hindu theology, Hindu Purana say, when you namaskar, I don't know, you can, Swamiji is here, when you say namaskar to others, he said, God is with you, you are respecting and blessing God in front of you. That's what I believe, you can correct me. And I wanted to say more, I don't know, I don't want to take too much time. And I want to say, I was reading a book from Vivekananda and his guru, Swami Paramahamsa. I was reading a lot, and he Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swamiji, they may know very well, but I read a very small thing. I would like to, I memorize a prayer because they supported that one. If they were here in front of here, they will clap their hands. I learned, I would like to say the prayer, and I would like to support you with Koshy without any doubt. Let him join. And Ashok Arora, you give a great, this is all, we call it in Malayalam Nimittam. This is all it happened in coincidence. You give the spice of India. Let Koshy should be the spice of India. Let him Koshy do not disappoint Aurora. You should support the community and everybody. And I wanted to say a prayer because in my belief, who am I? Learned from Swami Paramahamsa and Vivekananda. They all, I learned many small pieces that which I strongly believe that a politician should take care of the others. They should be a candy. They should burn themselves and give the bride to others. And they should, like a tree, coconut tree, jackfruit, they should give the fruit to others, not enjoy themselves. That's the thing. I would like this a real prayer which learned from this great people like Vivekananda. And I learned a great book from a Jain community, he's a leaders. And I learned that book, his name I forgot. He is from Punjab, he was a head, I think he died. One of our bishops, Paulos Mar Vigorius, he introduced in his book, he was a close friend of Jain community, I forgot. And when the head of not Jain, Sikh community, when he met him, he always hugged him because they know the relationship with the God forgot the name, I read the story. I wanted to say that when all religious people in India, they harmonize because India is a very vast country, multicultural, Muslims, Hindus, lot of castes. They should have exploded and destroyed like a COVID. But because the foundation is a great people, Vivekananda, Ambedkar, Mahatma Gandhi, lot of great people established the foundations. I am very proud I born in India. I want to pray the word of God, which my Lord Jesus Christ taught us the most important. This is very meaningful. I never come up to that level. I wanted to pray this interfaith meeting. I'm sorry, this is my faith, I am my strong. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be the name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil one. For thine is the kingdom, power and glory forever and ever. That should be accomplished in this world. And God said, if you are good in this world, you will be everywhere good. We don't have to look for a heaven. We mess up our life here. We should be moderate. We should show the role model everywhere. Koshy, continue your work. Let every evil people say, Koshy, oh Thomas, you win. Challenging.
Next, let me hear from Swamiji. It's the first time I'm meeting Swamiji, but with Oraji's invitation.
Hare Krishna. Congratulations for Koshy doing some service for our community. I'm just my word. I need to say just a couple minutes before I forget to Prabhuji say something. And Prabhuji means every gents we say Prabhu. Prabhu means respectable is the servant of the Lord. And Mataji means any ladies, we respect like mother. All ladies, not only wife, other people is just child or mother, daughter, everybody respect like mother. Actually tomorrow coming Mother's Day, I need to say something about Mother's Day. So first need to congratulations from Prabhuji, you are doing such a community purpose. So the community member or leader or who doing, we need to like mother. The mother purpose, all child is the same. Somebody educated, somebody uneducated or somebody handicapped. Mother giving for love for everybody same. And we are try to doing our leader also look like everybody same way. No need, oh he my relatives and do first for his purpose. Community member or who doing leader, doing same thing, doing how mother doing for child, community member like who leaders should be like this. Other question right now coming, right now have a religious. My belief, which one Hare Krishna movement, I am coming for Hare Krishna movement, I am followed Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, lot of people thinking Bhagavad Gita is some kind of a Hindu scripture. This is actually not right. Bhagavad Gita not Hindu scripture. Bhagavad Gita teaching how to live this society, science of living. Bhagavad Gita teaching, no Hindu scripture. So our Hare Krishna movement teaching, religious means belief to God. That's it. No Hindu, no Muslim, no Christian, no Jewish. We are a human being. We need to respect everybody to human way. No Hindu, Muslim, Christian. Right now, it's outside raining. We are 50 people sitting here. When we go outside, rain fall down, everybody is same way. The rain no looking at somebody Hindu or Muslim or Christian. Same way. So when it raining and sunset, sunlight coming, they are not thinking who they are Hindu or Muslim or Christian. Why we are here divide Hindu, Muslim, Christian? Come to united, work together, do something for society. Today our school like kindergarten, we need to teach something. We have nothing, no education this way. Kids what he doing, other thing, no school, anything teaching. Should be now have a leaders to start this way. This purpose is divided. Today the world, everywhere terrorist problem. Muslim teaching, oh, your religious to my religious is the biggest. Then Christianity teaching, your religious to my religious biggest. Hindu teaching, your religious to my religious biggest. And this thing, the parents, same thing teaching to kids, and when kids grow up, starting the thing happen in this world. So right now is a time coming. We need to stop this nonsense thing. Religious, just you believe which God you believe. This is God is God. So many names, million names of God. Like example giving somebody here, Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas is a mother, maybe speak is a different name. And his son call his father. And wife call his honey. Or friend call is a different name. It is one person. So many names. Same thing, God is a creator. He is creating. He give us to water. He give us to energy. We are everybody his child. He no divide us. We are dividing. We need to stop this nonsense first. Then we are develop. How long we are doing this thing? We can develop anything. Same thing fight. Your religious, my religious. What is a religious? Religious only believe to God. Surrender to God. This is a religious. So soul everybody divided. Maybe somebody have here doctor, I don't know. Somebody have a doctor, then he better give me answer me. I am like, he need now blood. A positive. Mr. also have a positive blood. Like he Christian, he is Hindu. His blood go his body. Right now he is Hindu or Christian. So, why we are divided? We need to just pray for everybody and pray to our leader who winning or doing, thinking about to do something for this society. Please, we need to teach, way to kindergarten, to school to teach this thing. Prayer, to start, everybody go to prayer, respect to mother, respect to father. We need to teach this way too, because we are grow up for India. We know our parents how teach us. When we come into West, we see how going on here. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so happy to Mr. Koshy is really we need a good person and a good conduct everything in our city, and I'm really to all the best and good luck to you. And I'm very happy, I'm always with you and I'm always work for the Koshy. So thanks for everyone coming who people are here. So thank you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now we're going to hear from the planner, the main planner, my consultant and manager, who is actually, bringing in what I can say, the rapid momentum. She is here only for like 2 days. Within 2 days, she has done tremendous improvement. This office looking like this is just because her idea.
Right, everybody? So let me just step over here to the side so everybody can see me. So good afternoon. My name is Mercy G. That's my new name. I've been Mercy G. But for those other guys, my name is Mercedes Buchanan. I'm a consultant. I have my own consulting firm, Mercedes Buchanan and Associates. And I'm so excited to be here.
Mercy means blessing.
Yes.
But you are not the Mercy D, right?
I like Mercy G better than Mercedes, honestly.
No, let me tell you.
Mercy D is like I'm talking about the car.
Let me tell you, when she came in, she said Mercedes Buchanan. I said, man, this is so long. Let me bring it short. And then I said, okay, Mercy. But I said, everybody here, don't call Mr., Mrs., it's going to be another big formality. So I said, everybody, all of us here are now Koshy Ji, Ola Ji, Kripal Ji. So I said, we are naming you Mercy Ji. So she's Mercy Ji, that's it.
I'm excited to be a part of the team. So one of the biggest things, so I guess before we have, we all believe that Koshy is going to represent this community. And so we have to really put in the work. So the early voting starts in 4 weeks. So the next 6 weeks are going to be very busy. This is a group effort. Koshy can't do this by himself. Koshy will be working about 15 hours a day, so we have to support him. He's gonna be out there 6 o'clock at the trains, 1 o'clock at the bus, get Koshy's name everywhere. So what I did is I've actually created a form for signups for volunteers. We're going to ask everyone to volunteer as much as you can. We know everybody has lives and we're getting back to, the new normal, as I like to call it. But we want to do 2-hour volunteer shifts whenever you all have opportunities. And if you can see me after when we start to eat, please come over and sign up. I'll send you the direct link so you can log in for your phone so we can keep maintaining social distance. And we're going to need help getting his name out there. We have posters. Every single business, every single street should have a sign, and we need to see Koshy's face on it in the district. So if anyone wants to come by after when we start to eat and take a gander at how much neighborhood we have to cover, Koshy can't do this by himself. So it really is a team effort. We're only as strong as the team. So we thank you all for coming today, and for starting off with prayer. It is the only way to be successful in life, I believe, is to start with prayer. So I'm really excited that we kicked that off today. But we're going to be doing a lot of things, from phone banking to knocking on doors and to escorting Koshy around the district. We have to let people know that Koshy is a man of the people. Koshy listens to the people, and that is what we need in government. Over the last year, and I'm not going to get too in depth, but I am a Democrat in here, right? So for the last year, we've seen the last 4 or 5 years before we had this transition of power, we see what happens when we're not listened to. We see what happens to minority communities when certain people take power. And so we need to remember that. I think, there's a lot of agendas for us to forget what's happened over the last few years, but we've seen with our eyes and we've heard with our ears. And so we always need to remember that we have to come together as community. It doesn't matter which faith you are, it doesn't matter which race you are, but we have to come together as people, united and strong, to support people like Koshy, who believe in listening to the people and standing up for the needs of the people. So I just want to thank you, Koshy, for letting me be a part of the team, and for my new nickname, Mercy G. I'm very excited. But thank you. I'm really excited to work with you all. I will give out my cell phone number because I'm all over Queens all the time. So my cell phone is 347-852-0551, and I'll say it one more time. It's 347-852-0551. We are going to get this done. We are going to unite, and we're going to empower the people to really get behind the person that's going to stand up for this community and for each and every one of us. Thank you.
We did not spend even 1 penny. When others spent a lot of money for going and getting signatures, they hired people. We did not hire anybody, not even a penny spent, as a paid employees. These volunteers, right from Chakoji and Rajuji and Shibuji and V.S. Mathai-ji and Abraham-ji, Chris-ji, Sam-ji, and all this, now especially the Angel and group, they have done their part. Everybody is doing, nobody is sitting idle. Now, look at this fortunate, everything coming on. When Kamala Harris came into Manhattan, I got a call from one important person. That's a fortunate call. He asked me, where are you? I said, I'm in Brooklyn. Okay, can you come to Manhattan? Yes, I said, I'm going to try. But the traffic is going to be like 1.5 hours. He said, no, you have to find a way to come here within 45 minutes. Okay, I don't know. I usually set my GPS, avoid tolls. That's my practice. I go around that. All right? But in this moment, my brain worked faster, and I said, okay, let me avoid this. Let me go through the tolls. Unbelievable. Within 35 minutes, I reached the spot, and I got a chance to meet Kamala Harris. Now, after that, I carry her picture and, blessing. Nobody else has that picture. That's $1 million picture. And I always wish, think, why don't I get Kamala Harris come back here? I'm going to meet her in person. When is that day going to come? Now, 2 weeks ago I was talking to my friend. He said, don't worry about all that. I'm going to now a little bit. Thank you so much. I'm so fortunate. So here, with all that experience and that expertise, I'm fortunate. We all are fortunate. In this neighborhood, we are minorities together, we are majority. We have a very tremendous chance of winning. If we put our efforts together, we're going to win. Okay? With that solid, mentality, we're going to make it happen. She's going to lead us. She's going to talk to all of us. Please make sure you give her the email address and your cell phone numbers, and you're going to get text after text. This coming another 30 days, we're going to work day and night. Now, I don't expect you all to be here every day or the whole day. We need only 2 hours of yours. If you can spend 2 hours, we will multiply that and make it as a 20 hours effect. So with this thing, we're going to win. Let me hear one more staunch writer, orator, planner who has experience nationally and internationally. I would like to, request Mr. George Abraham to say how we can win, because he has a lot of experience and ideas. Mr. George Abraham, please. Thank you.
I think the most important thing is volunteers. We really need to come out, and in the next 6 weeks, right, 6 weeks there, to work hard to bring out our support out in public, so that Koshy Thomas's name is being recognized in our community much more. Is a whole lot of areas where we have to get the message across. So the challenge for us, of course, is not only, of course, financial resources need to be there, but along with that, we need volunteers. We need really people who right now, who have the time to come out every day here to this office and be willing to spend few hours either on the phone or visiting friends or helping Koshy go through the neighborhoods and try to meet people. Somebody told me, if the voters do not know you, they will have a difficult time voting for you. So he has to be not only known from the yard sign, but as many people as he could really reach out to. That will definitely help, no doubt about it. Second thing is the absentee ballot. Our community, our elders, many of them, they are unable to go to places for voting on the election day. And think about that, if it turns out to be a rainy day or a very, in weather-wise, it's not a favorable day, I think it will make it all the more difficult for them to go to the place to vote. So our challenge is really to identify those elderly couple, so that they can also participate in the voting. John Thomas Hutton quite often says that our biggest problem is that our community is kind of lackadaisical about participating in the mainstream politics, getting involved in electing our representatives. There is if you look back at the history of the United States, you could see, you heard of Boston Tea Party. Boston Tea Party, what was the argument at that time? There's no taxation without representation. Okay, here we have a community that needs representation. New York City Council, if you look at that, many nations are represented, in the national origin I mean. But an Indian is not there. So it's about time that an Asian Indian is represented at the council. It's not only for sharing resources. I know we talk about resources. I talked about resources a few times. $90 billion. There's a whole lot of resources out there that could help the community. It's not only that. It's also about social justice. It's also about improving education. It is also about helping seniors with better health care. So there is a whole lot of things on the plate there for you. On top of that, let me also say that freedom, okay, you got to defend freedom too. Freedom, liberty, democracy, it all has to be defended. Ronald Reagan once said, freedom is one generation away from being extinct. You never pass it through the bloodstream to your next generation. But you have to defend it, you have to protect it, you have to fight for it, and then pass it on to the next generation. See, that's the basic thing about freedom. We enjoy democracy and freedom and liberty here in this country, but you got to continue to defend that. You got to continue to promote it. Not only here, but around the world. You know, United States is a bully pulpit. Any politician who speaks from here is heard all over the world. So you may think the city council position is a small post in New York City, but if Koshy becomes the councilman, when he speaks, the world will listen too. So it is such an honor for him to be a city councilman and for us to be represented by him. So at this point, I don't have any more to say other than to urge everybody to be involved in the next 6 weeks so that we'll see Koshy Thomas succeed in his quest as a city council member, and we can all be more involved for the betterment and for the development of this district.
Thank you, Mr. George Abraham. We are running out of time now. We're going to cut short everything, and we will be done in 2 more minutes. And out of that 2 minutes, I will take maybe 45 seconds. The main manifesto of our election point. What is the need of the hour? Okay, every candidate, they are saying we need better schools, we need better safety, we need better health care, we need better roads, better. That's a regular slogan, okay? Now, I thought about it, and I'm trying to find out what is the need of the hour. Especially after the pandemic, people lost jobs, shops are closing down, economy is going down, all right? Now people are worried, depressed, they get into addiction, then they don't know what they're doing, and then they get into argument with the policing. So the problem is coming up, but what is the root cause? The root cause is economy. Now, we have to fix the economy. I'm not the expert in fixing the economy, but when I listen to so many other leaders, I take the gist, the positive messages of it. Doesn't matter which party they belong, doesn't matter which area they belong. Now, we have to see how to stimulate. Now, easy, simple 2-3 sentence. One, stimulate is, how to stimulate is, you have to give, at least for 2 years, to stimulate, you have to give at least, the tax rebate for 5 boroughs shoppers, which is shoppers shopping or customers shopping locally, and also for the tourists who are coming into the 5 boroughs. When they come in, when they buy, when they do business with small businesses, the business will come up. The economy, the job rate, the job growth will come up. So that is one way, to bring in the tourists. The second thing is we have to give tax rebate for property homeowners. We all having problem to pay the mortgages, to pay the taxes, and every year the tax is going up. Okay. Now we have to. This is all my proposals. I'm going to fight for that. At least $1,000 tax rebate. That at least for 2 years. This is what I'm saying. To make it simple, at least for 2 years tax rebate. The same way, at least $2,000 tax rebate for small businesses. Mr. Kripalji, he knows, he ran a small business. Almost, Voraji, small business. There's so many other small businesses people experience. We need at least $2,000 tax rebate or tax credit, so that they can breathe. They have to catch up with the bus. Now, if we can get that, if we can stimulate this, the rest all going to follow up. Okay, and of course, along with that, I say, New York City's, enhance New York City's essential services. That's it. Stimulate economy, enhance New York City's essential services. We're going to, have a very peaceful, prosper, way of life. With this note, let me pass on the mic to Mr. Voraji. He has a lot of experience in the small business and he has a lot of experience in the community. He's going to make some suggestions. We follow that and we're going to win together. Thank you so much. Mr. Vora.
One thing is sure, that Koshy knows how to praise. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but he makes me a leader, and which I'm trying to make him a leader. And as a leader, I know he will succeed. We are all community workers, well-wishers to each other. The second thing is that, within our community, we don't want to divide, we want to unite. Instead of pulling each other's leg, just support the good cause, good mission to achieve what collectively we can achieve for our community. I appreciate Koshy's efforts, versatile statesmanship, versatile behavior. He's the first one just to thought about this multi-faith prayer, and we did it very well. So that message is out to the community that we are wishing you well, and that's the way we're going to achieve things together. And we wish him luck. All we can do is support him with our time as volunteers, and whatever the financial support contribution we can give it to him. He would need that down the line, and I know it will pay off being a community leader to him. I wish Koshy good luck, all the best, and anything we can do, we are here to support him. Thank you, Koshy, all the best.
I think this is the third time I'm taking the mic in my hand. There is no point of talking too much. It is the time for action.
It's a blessing.
When I was hearing from Swamiji, after Koshy comes to the power, he has to make some interfaith dialogues here. When I was a student, I studied a slogan from Pratigna Saugandharai. In that one, the slogan goes in this way in our language. Yedo Srichadadyam Vidhi Vidhi Udamam Havyam Eder Tu. Whatever is created in the beginning, that which is accepting the prayers and sacrifices what we offer here. The same meaning is there in the Eastern tradition. In Jewish, we got the word Yahweh, Yehovah from Jewish people. Haya means the creation. When we put the Yagaram, Yehovah or Yehovah, the cause of being, Haya means being, Yehovah means the cause of being. The same thing is saying in the Pratigna Yogadharayana also. Whatever is created, what is the cause of the creation? That is the God. So it is the same thing, it is coming from the Jewish religion, that is gone to the Christian religion, that is gone to the Islamic religion, and all these things. So that is why I told we had to make a comparative study with all these religions, and then we will see that everything goes to one point, only to the Creator. That is the God. So thank you Swamiji for coming here and giving such a wonderful word. And you were talking about Bhagavad Gita also, and that is not a Hindu book, it is for the living of the people. The same way, especially the people we are coming from the south of India, we have got that set, that education. So thank you for sharing with us, and we will continue such talks. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Jack. So we see the strength of the community leaders, religious, political, and so we have the biggest strength here. Now, I'm fortunate, the international leaders of our community, anything about Malayali community, if you want something to be done, you can call these three gentlemen. Okay, so I'm very fortunate they are here. It's a national and plus an international outreach organization, and I'm honored by their presence. And let me introduce and request Mr. Paul Karagapalli to say a few words and introduce his team, executive.
I want to congratulate Koshy Thomas election, and good luck for the coming election June, right?
June 12th.
June 12th.
To 22.
Yeah, we want to support you, and Pokana also support you. I want to invite Pokana chairman and Pilipos Pilipur. They are Matai Jago, Pokana secretary. Our meeting.
Okay, we can say a few words for 1 minute.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a great occasion for us. One amongst us, Mr. Koshy Thomas, is going to contest and win the New York City Council election. As we know, we need a strong voice in the City Council. We are Indian, so many Indians are here, but we are not represented properly. So this is a right occasion for us to rise to the occasion and support Mr. Koshy Thomas, so that our voice will be heard in the city government. And Koshy is a very talented person, very able person. He has been leading the Chamber of Commerce and all those stuff so far. And I think he's the right candidate to lead the City Council. So on behalf of Fokana, I wish Mr. Koshy Thomas all the best. And we are sure we together can make the victory. Let us show the government, let us show the people of the new city government that one of our Malayalis or one of our Indians can win this election and make big change in the city government administration. So once again, I want to thank you for inviting us, and we wish you all the best. And Fokana is always behind the development of all our people, all our Indian people. We want all our Indians to be in the top level, top political level, not only just making money by doing business or by doing work or job or anything like that, but we want decision makers in our top. And I think Koshy Thomas is the right candidate to make decision for us. Wish you good luck, and Fokana will always support you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Just want to wish you good luck for Koshy Thomas for the City Council election. So on behalf of Fokana Trustee Board, all the best. We are behind you. If you need anything, just let us know. Thank you very much for giving an opportunity for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to wish Mr. Koshy Thomas all the best. We should have put somebody long back in the city government, but it's better at least now. So good luck. Thank you so much.